Welcome to the Cultaholic Wrestling Podcast.
If you like a lot of wrestling on your blah, Neville returned to Dragon Gate. Yay, Neville.
Did you see the promo?
Neville.
I thought the promo was
Neville,
brilliant. It was proper. Do you want to keep going?
Neville.
It was proper like old school movie villain. His promo following the
Dragon Gate 2! You would if you were over there, wouldn't you? And you could. Just ham up the accent.
It's like it would have been so easy to bring him in as a babyface because obviously he's going to get a huge pop because he's Neville. But I love the fact that they brought him in as heel. He was brilliant. He's still a psychopath and terrible. It's just great. Really exciting.
He's a bad guy.
He's a bad guy. He's on that bad guy stable, right?
That we are watching. Not in my house.
No, sure.
So I love that we referred to him last week as he is maintaining radio silence. He has gone underground.
It was off the grid was the quote from Uncle
Off
David.
the grid. I beg your pardon. I used the wrong expression for doing a runner. And so can we pat ourselves in the back?
Yes, we can, because somebody tweeted us with a picture of Neville, which in turn must have alerted Dragon Gate, and Dragon Gate got him in. Last Saturday, the picture was tweeted to us. We are the reason why Neville was in Dragon Gate.
You're
welcome, everybody.
That's the name of the podcast. A Cultaholic episode. We claim credit.
We did it.
I wasn't here. I don't know what you're talking about. But
Open the Neville Gate.
No, it was last Saturday morning. Somebody, a fine young man with a lovely beard.
Sorry, he was on Northumberland Street, wasn't he? Or just by the metro station?
By the monument.
2 minutes from my flat, that. Neville was there. Oh, I think I told you before. I saw him in the pub. Saw him at the Wetherspoons by the Northumbria Student Union where we used to run shows. He was in there and he made a quick getaway.
He was hanging out with
When he saw you.
No, not when he saw me.
Is that AJ Hazard?
We got beef.
It was him, Lord Lucan, and Amelia Earhart. So good news everywhere. And
Not everywhere. Because for the
good
second
news everywhere.
For the second week in a row, Raw has posted the lowest ratings ever, which I know doesn't mean what it did once upon a time, but still. They've done it for 2 weeks in a row, which can't be a good thing.
We could say what we like about WWE being stuck and doing things from 20 years ago. The fact that we're still reporting about the ratings in 2018.
But you know the world we live in. When something bad happens like this, we go wild, don't we? We rejoice.
This is Neville's world. We just live in it.
It's down to Roman Reigns, obviously, isn't it? That's what
Yeah,
people say. As soon as it's posted, it's like, well, the big dog's the champion. What else could it be?
Who was on this? Roman Reigns was on this Raw.
Yeah. It's not a shift to people watching digital or on demand or anything like that. It's definitely Reigns.
You know who wasn't?
Who wasn't? on Raw?
Mojo Rawley. He was on Superstars beforehand.
Yeah, I saw that. Main event.
Sad.
Superstars. Main event. Whatever
it is.
Really, yeah.
Yeah, no, it is sad, isn't it? Armbar winner. It's a disgrace. Where do you think Neville's going to go next?
Wherever he wants.
Sorry, I've just brought it back to Neville.
He's going to be that guy, isn't he, in Los Ingobernables de Japan.
He's ex.
Well done, you.
Los Ingobernables de Japan.
Yeah. Wow. You're such a cunning linguist. So instead of doing the NATO thing where people may go, he can just come and speak Southern. Oh, hello, I'm Neville. Ooh. I could afford a mortgage.
That puts a different spin on the Bonnie Lad stuff. When he'd sit in, Bonnie Lad, but do it in Southern, Bonnie Lad. It's a bit.
Oh, yeah.
Not keen on that.
Good morning, Bonnie Lad.
It's like raisins in a salad. It just shouldn't be. I think we got off on the wrong foot. How are you, by the way?
I'm all right. We said this
Guns
off camera
a-blazing.
before. I think you don't need to say it twice. People know we speak before you come in.
No, he just sits down, record.
What a dick! You already asked me this off camera. Oh, okay, fine. Can I ask you how you're doing, or are you going to throw
No,
it
you've
back in
asked
my
me off
face?
camera. What you doing? What are you playing at?
Don't
Man? We had a
ask us twice,
5-minute
you know.
chat. We've gone through everything.
Ask me how I'm doing. Where are you this week, by the way? Hey, it's my birthday, so I'm having a week off because I'm the Queen Mum, apparently. All right, Jack.
He's back in tomorrow. They went down and did Progress. Hello, Wembley.
Oh, yes,
which
they
is
did,
apparently
yes.
unbelievably good. I haven't seen it's on demand, I think, this weekend. So
Yeah, they're saying, look, they try and get it out, but they do have other things to be attending to.
I think
like
they should be
hungover.
live streaming that stuff. I really do think it's I don't know if it's like a logistic thing or I think they missed a trick by not live streaming that show because the hype would have been a lot bigger.
Possibly. And the record was the 5,000 attendance, I believe.
I heard 4.5.
Oh, 4 and a bit, sorry. 4 would change. So,
Yeah, so I think it's
In
the second
England?
biggest
Oh,
in the
It's
end.
still not bad, though.
Oh no, it's a,
absolutely.
yeah, no, it's a
but you can see,
magnificent-
like, if people like me in ICW, like, go on, what's the numbers? 4.5. Yeah! Still got, they were tweeting during the show.
Were they?
Yeah, by the way,
The
Fear
biggest-
and Loathing.
Biggest event in 30 years, they kept tweeting, didn't they?
In England. In England. Not Britain, not Europe.
They had a lot of, the card was changed a lot, and you lost Ospreay, and I think Zach was meant to wrestle as well, wasn't he? But had New Japan commitments. I watched that show live while I was doing the fish stream. Hell in a Smell, whatever the branding is. Hashtag Hell in a Smell.
Oh, did you do that? I couldn't
watched it.
tell.
I don't remember a thing. I don't remember a thing about watching that show because it started at 1 a.m. Look at you pissing. And it was just, it was a great show. And I can't remember a thing. I can't remember any of the matches. I was sleep deprived and upset and trolled.
I think I tuned in for like 5 or 10 minutes, about 4 hours in, maybe a bit sooner. It was relentless, people coming in,
Noise. If
making
I ever
them do
hear that
stuff.
noise again, and then it would just read something like something
Fantastic.
horrible. They were all pissing about with the Alexa, going, Alexa, play Ram Ranch, big heart throbbing cocks, and you're just listening to it for wrestling news. What else happened in the wrestling
She's not
news?
plugged in.
Oh, yeah. No, not now. Say, I didn't know you were doing this, but all my Twitter followers did because they DM'd me when I was in Amsterdam.
I'd rather have let's talk about Amsterdam. That
you were in
picture of
Amsterdam
you.
off your face, and you see a
On the
picture of him
edibles.
with a
Yeah.
fish.
Right,
Is
I'm
that real?
Oh,
Balls.
see, I'd like to point out, even though I look like I do drugs, I don't do it as much as other people are not. I am like, oh, well, if it's going round, maybe I'll partake. So
You look like a
what?
smackhead, not a ganja.
No, exactly, right. Let's clarify this. Smackhead, not we. All right.
Do we-
Smackhead.
No, other way round. You're a pothead.
Oh.
You bong up. You don't.
Oh, thank you. I thought you were just insulting.
Do we piss test here? Because this is.
Right, open your mouth.
This is serious.
Um,
the wellness.
yes,
It's only a fine.
sorry,
Don't worry. It's not a problem.
It's only
It's a grand or whatever.
Maffew riddle. Yeah, so we go over there. My mates are, I don't know what the politically correct term for saying it is, they love weed. So Amsterdam's like Disneyland for them. They're grown men. They've got money to spend. They don't care, blah, blah, blah. It'll be legal in a few years. It's all right. So we'll go over there, and I don't like smoking because never smoked a cigarette in my life because I don't like the cough. Smoked some other stuff, and it's like, that's not for me because when you go, I already look old as sin. I don't need to act like it as well. So in my eyes, I go, I'll have one of those brownies because I won't have any of the negative effects.
It's more intense, Maffew. It lasts for longer, Maffew.
All the people that do drugs instantly hear that and go, all right. So little known fact for people that don't know, who are apparently a bit thick, you don't know, I presume. No, I didn't know. Is the fact that edibles are 5 times stronger than.
Is that right?
Yes,
so you had
it is
one
for cheating.
brownie? Because talk me through the photo that you uploaded.
My friend
Well, your head
uploaded.
is
I
in
mean,
your
I
hands.
could have taken the photo.
You didn't look especially well. Were you whiteying?
Oh, absolutely, yes. Are you? Wait a minute. I can tell you've learned that term.
I'm northern.
It's like, wait a minute.
How were you whiteying,
Oh,
bonny
sorry.
lad?
God, sorry, no. It says on the packet, take a little bit of it. However, I did take it. It says wait 45 minutes to an hour for it to take effect. Took one 3 hours later. A little bit of it. And then 3 hours later, still not really feeling anything. And everyone says, by the way, the weed in Amsterdam it's tourist weed. You have to know the secret places and all this to get the proper stuff. So I'm like, oh, all right, let me put 2 and 2 together and get freaking 9. Go, all right, this must be doing anything. I'll have some more. Then it kicks in way later than it says on the packet. So I'm just sat down there, big smile, big old Alice in Wonderland Cheshire Cat. And I'm like, oh, this is really nice, this, because obviously it's brownie flavored as well. So if it should be rice cake flavored or whatever, so you'd eat a bit of it. But it's brownies. You go, oh, brownie, it was lovely, this. So you just eat the rest instinctively, because whatever. So I was walking around the zoo in Amsterdam. It's very nice. But I got so ungodly.
I went to the zoo. It's great. I went on my own.
Did you go to the sex museum as well?
Yeah, I did go to the sex
You
museum.
had to, of course you did.
Of course you did. What else are you going to do
Did you
there?
stand next to the life-size model of Jack the Jobber?
Oh.
I
was a joke
I get
we
that.
did in the
I get that. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He's a dick.
Sorry, carry on.
It took effect, and basically I got
In the sex museum or at the zoo?
No, I was still in the zoo at this point. And
Where were you near? The lions or the emus or the goats?
the marmosets. And I got so high that my life started flashing before my eyes. So I did think, I might be about to die. So if I'm at the zoo, I'm like, it's one of these animals that's going to get us. So again, I was very high. So I was looking at everything from, the grasshoppers that they have behind the glass. Like, it's going to be one of these. And then I ended up trying to sit down and...
Wait, that picture's in the zoo?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, it was great value for money. So I was like,
Lucky summer season just coming to an end.
yeah. And the animals are looking at me like, put him in a cage. And I started falling over. And friend's like, are you all right? I'm like, yeah, fine. And I sit up, and he goes, all right. Bounced off, and then just fell over off my chair. And then he's like, I think Maffew might need to go back to the hostel. No, and they went, let's go to the cafe first to get one last thing. Because we're outside, right? So while they're all waiting and like enjoying I'm like, okay, go over, be sick in a bin, right in the middle of this cafe. It's a lovely cafe that had done nothing wrong to me. Didn't spill a drop, by the way. The only bit I'm proud about this is, even in that state...
What, of your vomit?
It didn't spill it on me, didn't spill it anywhere else other than the bin.
What a guy.
I'm so happy. I couldn't even see straight. People saying, did you go to the red light district? I went, pal, I couldn't have even slept on a woman during that trip. And puked. And they're like, oh no, we have to go now. After this. So like, we have to leave immediately. I went, 10 minutes later when they finished the stuff, because they've all like grounded and stuff, they're like, quick lads. We'll be going soon, don't worry. And then we left. And it was awesome. 5 stars Amsterdam. I don't remember much about it apart from the edibles, but the edibles were incredible.
I have a similar reaction. I don't smoke, but when I've tried it in the past, I was at university, and my friend who used to deal weed, I was like, yeah, Billy Big Bollocks, I can handle that. Right. He's like, strong stuff, Adam, strong stuff. Yeah, no problem, man. I've seen Cheech and Chong. This isn't a big deal. This is fine. So I had one thing without any tobacco in it, and then went to my hospital radio shift.
Oh, bloody hell.
And then had to cut my shift short because I thought I was having a stroke. I was so paranoid. I remember looking in the back of my phone, which was mirrored, and being like, oh my God. Like, the side of my face is falling. The side, go back up. This is bad. And it's, no, it doesn't do anything for me.
I did do something to you.
You're not true.
I love that when people go, hey, watch out, it's a bit strong. That's how we're saying, do it you get. I bet you won't.
Did you sample any when you were in Amsterdam?
Plenty.
Did you?
No. I've had some in the past, I'm not going to lie. Let's just, this podcast is now demonetized for absolute certainty. Because if
it's Amsterdam, it's legal.
Oh, yeah. It's happened. It's all right, isn't it? I'm lazy enough, I don't need that stuff.
Oh, I mean, that's it. It was on holiday. I mean, I do anything like that, and it's like, okay.
But if we're talking about cowies and LSD and stuff like that, whoa,
absolutely,
it's top notch, top banana. But wrestling news this week.
Yes. Yeah,
Adam Page.
Adam Page might be going over, so he's...
So Dave Meltzer.
Well, it's Amsterdam. Gandalf Sex Museum, it's great.
With Matt Riddle. Meltzer stated earlier this week on the radio show of the Wrestling Observer that he had turned down definitively an offer from WWE. And then today, he's reporting he didn't turn it down, he just asked for more time.
So he wants till the end of the year
to
or
the
something
end of the
like
year,
that.
which is when the Young Bucks' contract somewhere is up.
Yeah, he also said that he'd only want to go if the Bullet Club could come with him.
Correct.
Do you think they'd use the Bullet Club, the
I
name?
don't think they could.
Lord, no.
Oh, they couldn't? Of course they couldn't. Sorry, do you think they would have them as a stable then?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe it's a stable, but...
Just do the club.
Well, I don't know. They didn't do much with Balor, and...
No.
Is that the actual Balor? Well, no,
that
they
was
made
like
the shirt saying Balor Club, but it weren't the Balor Club on TV, was it?
That was
Am I wrong
staggered
there?
though, wasn't it? Because he was in NXT for like a year and a half or
Right.
something before Gallows and Anderson
Yeah.
arrived. If they all arrived at one time, they'd be pushed for 3 months and then fed to Roman Reigns.
That would be
Wouldn't the Smarks unite? Come on.
that would be the best thing for WWE all those years going, well, WCW just signed Hall and Nash and just claimed that they were invading. Oh, that they've gone all about for the last few decades. And they sign, Finn Balor, Gallows, and Anderson and go, who are these people? This mysterious club. So,
What else has there been? NXT might be going 2 hours on the weekly show.
oh no.
Yes, it's so concise.
Oh my God,
and beautiful
in hell.
at the moment. I really don't want to see it. I guess because of like they've got a pretty aggressive talent signing policy at the moment. Obviously, they're signing lots and lots of talent from everywhere in the world. Maybe there isn't enough time to expose all those people. Look, you're so upset, Maffew. You okay?
I mean,
but
I've actually wrote
I
down
love weekly NXT, and it's.
I mean, I've actually written down a thing, idea for video. There's a bit in SpongeBob SquarePants when he goes, more, give me more, and keeps on adding more and more stuff. And that's what programming feels like at the minute.
Oh, yes,
with
it's
Mixed
way
Match
too much.
Challenge, 2 hours of NXT apparently, to go along with Mae Young Classic.
Longer takeovers now as well.
Two
apparently.
of, I'm like, nah.
It's too
Aussie,
much.
In defense of Triple H, he's gone on the record to say they're not wanting people to watch all of it. They just want to offer something to appeal to every single demographic and every single taste in wrestling. That's
you're
why
right. I'm having to just tap out.
It's
I've
just
never-
a shame that you do a series that covers every taste in wrestling. Just make it about WWE and then you're fine.
Yeah, right. Why am I? Oh.
Yeah, I think it's too much as well. But especially like you can say, yeah, we want something to appeal to every demographic, and that's cool. But when there's so much crossover, and like all of the Raw matches have been there to promote Mixed Match Challenge and all that stuff, you sort of do have to watch
I think
it.
it's
We
just
certainly
it's
do.
going to force people just to watch NXT in it. If a show goes 2 hours long, you're more invested, aren't you?
But that means that those people who are not necessarily going to watch Raw are still going to get their network. So yeah, you're right. So and NXT's great.
Yeah, it is great, and if it means that they can expose more talent, because there are guys on NXT and women who don't get seen for 2-3 weeks, and that can be harmful to characters.
Speaking of which, what happened to NXT UK?
I mean, it's not. They haven't announced any
They're on a
plans to
tour. I
broadcast
saw
it.
Connors.
Yeah, they're touring again.
Yeah.
I don't know
I
what's
thought they
happening with the
recorded
episodes.
stuff, though.
Yeah, they were filming. I don't know what's happening with it.
Okay, that's weird.
I maybe they're waiting to see if World of Sport got renewed for a second season because.
Oh, what Rev Pro's TV shows could be like.
Oh yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
So that's replacing 5 Star, isn't it?
Yeah, it's on Free Sports. Yeah.
I don't
I
think
miss
that.
Five
I haven't
Star
seen that
dearly.
anywhere. Is that actually what it's doing? Is it replacing their slot? I'm pretty
I
sure
don't
Rev
know if it's their
slot,
slot.
but-
It's just on the same
Rev Pro
channel.
like, no, can you not say that, please? That's the worst press you could possibly
Well,
give
you're
them.
about, I love 5 Star wrestling. You love 5 Star wrestling. We used to watch it in here. It was great.
We did actually used to have little viewing parties where we would sit and watch 5-star wrestling
That's
on the
what I-
projector.
That's when we first started here, because it was like, oh yeah, that's that guy, and then Matty Mayhem from South Shields appeared on
Yeah.
TV, and I was just like drinking. What? From Rad Pro and all this, like, yeah, who's he, Maffew? Who's he? Does he have a cage match profile? No.
But more importantly, it was the coming of age of one Jake Hager.
Yeah, if nothing else, he gave us that.
The final 5-star world champion, I believe. Yeah, he was, wasn't he?
I don't.
No,
I
it
don't
was
know.
Somebody beat him for
Was
it.
that Gibson, wasn't it? Oh no, he was the
real
real
one,
He was the real champion.
What's his name? Lion Mask. We all loved so much.
The English Lion,
Eddie
Eddie Ryan.
Ryan.
Eddie Ryan,
wasn't it?
yeah.
No, he won the lesser belt. The lesser belt. The Tap or Snap Championship.
I thought Eddie Ryan beat Zach Gibson.
Zach Gibson
No,
was
he
the
not.
real,
Never
the
held
real
it.
champion.
But Jake, I thought
Thanks
it
for
was a good guy.
tuning in to the podcast when we talk about 6-month-old crap
Yeah,
wrestling.
really. Like,
Let's do the Hall of Fame.
Everybody get excited for the Cultaholic Hall of Fame!
breaking news. This just in.
He's just restarted the cameras for this. Try and
Yes.
stop it.
Okay, there were 4 titles. You got the tag titles, and obviously Adam Maxted didn't because he didn't bring it to the last show. There were the 3 singles titles. There was the Real Wrestling title, which
Zach-
Eddie Ryan defeated Zach Gibson.
Zach Gibson invented that one because of the Americans coming into the promotion and stealing the spotlight.
So that was a shoot. 5-star title, which Jake Hagar. Hagar the horrible.
Please stop it.
Yeah, he was the champ, and then the tap or snap was Joey Axel. Apparently, no.
Let's do the
I
Hall of
could've done
Fame.
the show
Hall of
without
Fame,
that.
please. Hall of Fame.
Hey, it's the Hall of Fame, etc.
So last week's nominations were UIJ bloke falling over in New Japan Pro Wrestling.
The bloke falling over.
I've forgotten his name.
Yoshihashi.
Yoshihashi.
With a hyphen.
That's funny, isn't it? Hashi. Ha.
Yoshihashi.
I was going more
Please,
towards the weed. Hash. It's double.
Oh,
it's
right.
all linked. It's
Oh
fantastic.
no, they don't do drugs in Japan. Oh no, no.
What else was there?
There was Jack's nomination of Kid Lycos.
Kid Lycos,
and
yeah.
then there was the winner.
What? Yoshihashi didn't win.
Aiden English.
Aiden English.
There he is there.
Milwaukee.
Down a bit.
There you
Just
go.
above the Cultaholic logo thing.
Oh,
So there he is, Aiden English.
Well, what do you think of? I guess we'll get onto that in a bit, won't we? Talking about.
Yeah,
this
well,
week?
yeah.
Congratulations, Aiden English.
yeah. Please stop watching so we can get the numbers up. And-
I've got a Hall of Fame nomination.
oh, go on then.
I'm going to nominate Paige, whose work I don't especially. I'm not a big fan of her as general manager, But she tore Sid Vicious, of all people, a new arsehole.
I saw this.
Didn't really tear him a new
Why
arsehole.
did he say it first?
Yeah, so Sid Vicious said that Psycho Sid said that Paige should have been sacked after the sex tape scandal, which is a scandal surrounding a woman whose nude images and videos were leaked without her consent.
Just to interrupt, does it count as a sex tape if it's been like hacked? Like, is it still
a
is
sex
it not
tape,
just,
isn't it?
It's on Pornhub, isn't it?
Oh, you mean
Jesus. Yeah, we should put it on ourselves. Is it not like a leak? Is it not? It wasn't intended for human consumption or whatever. The
I
term
don't know.
is?
I think it still counts as it's
broad
a
term, isn't it?
tape of somebody having sex.
Okay, I apologise. All right, time in. Carry
Anyway,
on.
yeah. So that hit the news, the wrestling news, and then Paige retweeted it with a simple rolling eyes emoji, and I thought, good on you, because you shouldn't be sacked for having something done without your consent. And
Invasion of her privacy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So screw Sid for thinking that.
Wait, ripped an arsehole is emoji. Well, I mean,
It's
I mean, I'm with
28
Paige, but now
that's all you need, isn't it? Little dancing man, little aubergine. That's ripping an arsehole in this day and age.
she's from the Paige family. She's like, I'll never mind Arn Anderson. Like, let me at you. I'll rip your dodgy leg off. Beat you to death with it like Quan Chi.
So mine's quite a serious one this week, but I thought that was
No,
good.
okay, that's a good reason to put her in.
Thanks very much. Ross,
Do you have one?
I do.
So do I. He wants to go first.
toss a coin. Matthew, go first.
All right, okay.
Go.
I'm going to be slightly positive for a change and put, with all the amazing amount of programming to be put on every day in my life, WWE Storytime.
Okay, I
Doesn't
haven't
get
seen
enough.
many episodes.
It's great. It is very Moorish, and there's about 3 seasons, however they put it, episodes worth. And yeah, it's basically wrestlers telling stories that have been filmed or want on camera that they tell and they're animated. And they're pretty, like, the way that's done, it's like they're concentrating on making it as visually exciting. They keep on cutting the weird stuff and basically knowing it's a cartoon.
It's a bit Family Guy-ish, right? Sort of all over the
No,
place.
it's funny. And so, like, current favourite, I mean, up to season 3, yeah, great. But I mean, that was a long time ago.
I agree.
Yeah, come on. When they're talking about Jake Roberts is talking about how in the first Saturday night main events, and some guy comes up to him and gives him a script. He's like, script. Throws it and goes, yeah, no script. You had on that geek, blah, 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 and all this. And then Roddy Piper was like, how you doing, Jake? And he's like, it's all right, apart from that guy who tried to give me a script. Oh, what a nerd. He's like, what guy? He goes, that guy. He goes, that's the head of NBC. And it says him and Vince McMahon walking towards him. And it's just like the way it's animated. They're coming towards him. It's again, Vince McMahon with his red 80s jacket as well. So great attention to detail. But as they're walking towards him, they're putting all these 80s wrestlers like Andre chasing Sheik, Mr. Perfect, like doing a prank, and all this other stuff going on. Just like, hey, remember the 80s and all this stuff? So it's, it's great. It's fun. I don't think it gets anywhere the praise it deserves because it's way better than Camp WWE.
Oh, yeah, I wasn't a fan. Wasn't a fan
yeah.
at all. That's a really nice one as well. And people say we shill the WWE too much. Where can you watch that, Matthew?
Who the hell says that?
Did we say that?
No, we
Wait a minute, we're 3 white guys talking about wrestling. We can't say positive things about WWE. We'll lose all the fan base.
Started seeing comments after like the Performance Center stuff going out there. It's like, well, it's all over. They're not going to be objective anymore. They're in WWE's back pocket. Nonsense.
How dare people think they can buy our opinion? By the way, Conrad Thompson, StarCast 2019. How you doing? Go on, pal.
Bring us next time.
I feel
Please
like
bring
my
us.
pick.
No,
this
they'll
week
take
is-
away my glory. Don't do that.
I feel like my pick this week is a bit of a sacrificial lamb because it's a very niche pick. But I'm going to go for the wonderful, the talented, the extravagant Daniel Hinkles.
Oh, wow.
Because he is the man who brought us 5-star wrestling, and all of this talk of 5-star wrestling has brought it flooding back to me. I'm getting emotional sat here, thinking of Jake Hager and Del Rio and his, El Patron and his Real Madrid scarf when the Snowy Show happened and all that stuff. And he's the man that made it all possible, and he's also the man that killed it as well. But we'll
No,
forget
that's
about
not
that.
true. That's not. I don't think
it
that's
is.
true. I don't think that's true at all. And you know what? Fair play to him. He lived his dream.
Yeah, he
and
did.
he had a bloody good time with
So
it.
we'll see how strong the fan base for 5-star is, because people are probably going, "Who the hell's Dan Hinkles on the Patreon?"
He was the promoter of 5-star wrestling and
A genius, a visionary.
responsible for so I don't like him at all. He scripted that. That was in backstage handed it there
I don't
in his
think
red
he
jacket.
scripted that.
Yeah, he did. Do hair. Say it's a funny,
you
it's a joke.
So we go, it's the head of NBC. He went, here's another $5,000. Oh, all right, yeah.
That's an interesting choice, Ross.
Yeah, we'll see how it
go down
goes.
very well.
Do you know him?
If it gets what? No.
I've met him a few times. Nice guy.
I think I met him once when I worked back at Name Redacted
He's a good guy.
in the box at St James's Park with Nick Aldis.
What?
They had a little. Rey Mysterio was meant to be there, but he didn't turn up. We had a little.
No showed.
No show.
Unbelievable.
They had the 5-star people in the box at St James's Park for the match
the
against Man
investors,
United. And Nick Aldis was there.
And again, also funny. It's not entirely true, but what the hell? No one else cares, so we'll just make it up as we go along. 5-star indirectly gave birth to Name Redacted Pro Wrestling. Because everyone went... Okay, it's not entirely true, but when they had the Name Redacted crew in the little box office suite that we make fun of them, they were like, oh, so how do you get this all sorted out? Do you need a promoter's license? Do you need this? Do you need a BA honours? Yeah, a BA honours in promoting. And he went, no, I just need money. And ring up the venue and go, can I put the wrestling on? And goes, I'll be this much. And he went, oh, all right.
So they're responsible for.
And then he went, guess what?
WCW.
Let's just do our own thing.
Fair play.
I think Name Redacted Wrestling is still on.
Yeah.
And it's, what, 3rd year now? So
It is. It's in
thanks,
its third
5-star.
year. Isn't that mental?
Yeah.
Defiant.
So, Dan-
did you see the Osprey Volta match, by the way? Class.
No, because I'd be
Have you
too
seen it?
sad that I wasn't there live. So.
Oh, you didn't go. Very good.
couldn't
Very
go.
good. Okay, so some interesting picks there.
We'll see how it goes. Patreon.com/Cultaholic. If you would like to cast your vote for Dan Hinkles to go to the Hall of Fame.
Please sign up, Dan Hinkles. If I get an email, new $1 pledge, Daniel Hinkles, so he chuffed.
Mr. D. Hinkles. Oh, who could that be? I'll tell you what, if we could do a video where we interview him about that or something, because no one else is. He's like Neville, he's got radio silence. There's the only time that sentence is going to happen.
Not out of choice at all.
He's going to pop up in WWE next week. Now you've said that.
No,
You'll get a tweet of him near a metro station in Newcastle, then he'll pop up in WWE as the new GM of Raw.
the new number one contender for the All Japan Pro Wrestling title, the D. Hinkles. I still got him on Facebook as friends, which is amazing considering all the stuff I've talked about in his promotion. And the last time I spoke to him was his birthday, so I thought, hope you have a 5-star birthday.
You didn't.
A week later, I was like, Dan Hinkles likes this. I'm like, yeah.
Oh,
Why did you not
He's got
reply?
a sense of- Vote now.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, the Raw and SmackDown recap.
It's Monday Night Raw. Yeah. Yay. Okay. SmackDown. All right, Dean Ambrose addressed speculation about his loyalty to the Shield. All right, I'm actually enjoying this on Raw.
So am I, because everything he said hinted at turning, yet everything he said hinted at staying. I like the way it was done.
Because last week it was like Ziggler and these guys saying it, and Ziggler, pish posh. No, loyalty. And then this week it was like, oh, those dudes had a point actually.
Yeah.
You know, if people say you stink and then lift your armpits, I think it was a bit too close to the truth there. Sorry. What do you think?
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I like the promo at the beginning. I think Baron's doing a great job, and I like the offering of the three. What did he offer him? The IC title match with Seth, the Universal title match with Roman, and then Braun, who goes on to beat him. And I enjoyed it. It was good.
Yeah, and then Braun beat Dean via DQ.
Mm-hmm.
Did Roman need
Roman
to come
had
out?
to save him. Apparently, the reasoning was, he said later on, that he had to save the match for Super Showdown because Dean was apparently going to die if he didn't come down and save him.
Oh, right.
I think that's a load of pish, to be honest.
I think it's just tilted slightly, so it's like, well, Roman's just trying to help his brother, and Dean's like, no, I need to beat Braun. I could have beaten you for the title. It's like, yeah. Because then Roman's just like burst like, okay, no, you couldn't.
We've just done our predictions for this, but where do you see this going? Do you think there's going to be a turn at Super Showdown? Is it going to be that soon? If there is going to be a turn?
No, because Saudi Mania is coming up, and that'll happen there.
Okay.
I couldn't think of a funny name for it, sorry.
I liked it. What did you call
Oil
the last
be
one?
back.
The Oil Rumble.
I can't take
Big
credit for that,
fan
but that
of
was a Northern's statement, the Oil Rumble. Oh my God. Universal Champion Roman Reigns defeated Raw Tag Team Champion. Oh God, it seems like everyone in this feud has all the titles, so it's just really weird seeing the Universal Champion taking on the Tag Team Champion. But yeah, okay, this came immediately after the Braun Strowman and Dean Ambrose match, so I was a bit knackered after that. What do you guys think? If anything,
It was just a good match, wasn't it?
Yeah,
I think Roman should have been counted out.
Yeah.
The referee started his count when both men were on the floor. Dolph hits a DDT, rolls back in the ring, and the referee starts his count again.
that's not how it works.
That's not how it works at all, is it? I had a fight with Richard Tubman in this office about it.
Go on.
Because they did. Oh, yeah.
Well, he thought the referee was right.
No.
He's not, is he?
No, he's not. No. Them's the rules.
Both men on the
Question
floor.
myself now. Yeah.
Right, both men on the floor.
Yeah, because then you can't win via count otherwise.
Count starts.
Yeah.
Dolph hits a DDT, rolls back into the ring. Roman's conked out on the floor. The referee was, I think, was he at 8? And he went back to 1.
Should have continued count. No, he's there's been countless wrestling matches that finished that way.
Yes.
Screw you, Richard Tubman.
Yeah,
Richard Tubman.
Who will never see this to know that.
So I can get away with
editing
it.
this week.
Screw you, Jack. You're not here. Connor defeated. Oh, never mind all that. Connor. Yes, Connor. If you haven't watched Raw for a while, that is the guy from the Ascension. Defeated Bobby Roode.
Clean.
Well, I mean, it was a bit murky, but mostly clean.
Yeah, mostly clean.
Pretty.
Two wins in 2 weeks though for Connor.
Where are they
singles
going
match.
with this? That's all, my only question.
Saudi Arabia.
I just don't get it. You know what? I never got the Ascension in NXT. People said, "Oh, they're amazing in NXT." I didn't quite get it even then. It wasn't for me. I don't think they've been ruined on the main roster because I didn't.
I mean, they were ruined on the main roster.
Yeah, absolutely.
The second week in when they had 50-year-old men just.
Yeah, sure, but to me they were never that good anyway. Is what I'm saying. But this is just bizarre. I don't know what to say about it.
Bobby Roode, NXT champion. It's weird seeing the Ascension go from like the bin on the plate more times than a ready meal instructions. But I'm just going to embrace it and go, I hope Connor just keeps on beating people. Because the reaction to this, a complete opposite to what we'll get to later on, deafening silence. The Connor pop. Did we say that last week? We had the Love pop. The Connor pop. Again, like, he's going to beat Bobby. He's just pinned Bobby Roode. Okay.
That's a fever dream, isn't it? It's just weird.
Like the last 5-star wrestling show.
How dare you?
I'm sorry, Dan. That's all I'm thinking about right now. Raw Tag Team Champion Drew McIntyre defeated IC champion. Like, everyone's got the title in this. The IC champion Seth Rollins. They have a good match with.
Yeah, not much to say about it.
No. And the Brothers of Destruction attacked Triple H and Shawn Michaels. And all our hopes and dreams, because I didn't realise Shawn Michaels was bald until this segment.
I like it.
I think it's cute, mate. Yeah. He looks like Triple H now,
he's cute.
doesn't
You think he's sexy?
He's got the
looks.
follicles.
He's got the bills
To
that need
drive.
paying. Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's.
This was the lowest viewed segment of the show. You know how they did the hourly breakdown.
But the highest on the YouTube channel I saw. It did crazy numbers on the YouTube
That's
channel.
what matters now, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
To us it does, yeah.
Should we make a stance at Cultaholic just to not report on these viewership figures?
No, we need to.
Well, that's what we talk about. Meltzer said this. Also, B Team defeated Revival in 4 minutes. After that awesome match they had with Ziggler and McIntyre.
I don't get it.
I do not get that at all. I can only compare it to when The Rock lost to the Hurricane, and then the next week Triple H just pinned him with a pedigree, like, it's a Hurricane. Like, don't get the point of that at
Just
all.
a weird Raw, isn't it? The more now it's down on paper, I just think that was odd. A lot of stuff was odd. We should mention the Owens and Elias. That reaction was fantastic.
I mean, I don't follow what they were talking about because it's all American.
Yeah, no, I didn't get it either. But apparently that's very.
Well, 10 years ago, lads.
Oh, go on, please fill us in.
Wherever they Portland, wherever they were, had a basketball team, and it left for Oklahoma.
And they
it's happened 10 years ago then.
It was 10 years ago it happened.
The heat was unbelievable. I
saw
saw
they haven't got over it.
I was going to say, the way they acted to this, it was like last week or something.
2008.
They were booing.
Really?
The team was bought or something by Oklahoma.
Oh, that's happened a few times, like the Raiders going
And so
to
they just
LA.
don't have a
That's
basketball
NFL.
team anymore.
I think they do. Richard said a name. I can't remember what it was because he knows American things, but I can't.
Yeah, the booing went on for like over a minute, and you can just see Owens and Elias soaking up beautifully. There's not enough of that. I guess that you don't get that reaction very often. But
Hey, sorry, women.
Brilliant. Didn't mean anything. It pissed me off when the commentary started talking over it because it was so wonderful just to hear this sustained. People hated it.
That should be a bonus track in Elias's next album. It was, again, trying to think the last time this happened, and the only time I could think of was HBK's "Who's Your Daddy, Montreal?"
Yeah. Probably the best crowd reaction in like several years. I'm trying to think of anything else.
Hogan in Canada, but kind of a while ago now.
Yeah. Anyway, I thought it was a great segment. I thought they worked really, really well together. They're going to get ruined on Saturday. Absolutely ruined. Poor bastards.
It's all right though because they're great guys.
Yeah.
Not there, they won. Seattle. SmackDown. AJ Styles addressed Samoa Joe after his heinous actions from last week.
Heinous.
Now, somebody tweeted me with a little thing. He went to the show on Tuesday night, and AJ Styles did a signing an hour before the show, an hour, like 10 minutes down the road from the arena. In that promo where he said, "I'm at home in Georgia," he was wearing the same clothes as he was at that signing. So
I assumed he did a dark match or something as well, because you'd be pissed off if you paid for a ticket and didn't see him. I just assumed he was in the dark.
I don't know if you could hear it. I could hear it on the way I watch my shows.
F your kids.
Oh, yeah, good. It wasn't
Oh
just
my
me
God.
then.
What?
Because he went, "I can't be here tonight." Crowd, "Boo, Seattle, boo." And then Samoa Joe's threatening my family. "Yeah, we don't care. F your kids. F your kids."
Loud and clear. It was fantastic.
No one else was tweeting about it. I went, no one else
It's
heard
great
it.
when he goes, "My little Annie's checking the closet and under a bed, thinks he's the boogeyman." You would have thought he was on stage at the Apollo because,
Yeah, crowd was laughing. "My kids can't sleep." Ha ha. Yeah, great. We don't care about you. So we want to see you do flips. Shut up.
I thought this was crap. I should say. I thought this was really anticlimactic after last week. You got Joe that goes up to the door, and this brilliant. It just cuts to black at the end of the episode of SmackDown, and then this week it turns out that he just didn't even go in the house.
"We called the police straight away,"
Yeah,
she said.
As soon as the show was over, we called the police. All right, thanks, and that's it. So Pillman's got a gun. That's fantastic, and then this is the modern day equivalent.
That means after SmackDown went off the air, Mojo went, "Ding dong."
Knocking 9 doors.
What
in
do
the
you
bush,
call it?
Knocking 9 doors.
I got a load of crap this because I said, he's just played.
Chicken.
No, chicken's in front of a car.
Game, yeah.
Oh, I know that was like you can call it.
Yeah,
you're right. No,
knocking. I can't remember what I called it. I got called a Tory for calling it that. I've not heard Knocky Nine Doors before.
Knocky 9 doors.
I just called it, I think, Knock and Run.
Yeah, I don't think it really had a name. Like, just knock on the,
They-
let's play
they
knock on
turned
the
out
door
there
and
were
run
like
away.
There are lots and lots of different things.
But
also-
also tag, chase. All those
Yeah,
names.
just about Paige in that promo. She said what Joe did by ringing the doorbell was the most heinous. What was it? The most despicable thing that's ever happened in WWE.
Did you
Go
see
on then.
Meltzer's tweet?
I did see Meltzer's
God
tweet.
almighty me.
He quote retweeted it. "This is the most heinous, disgusting thing that's ever happened in WWE." Meltzer just wrote, "Chris Benoit."
Well, there is Chris Benoit. He's very blunt, and Dave.
Yeah, he is. Should we move on?
No, let's just talk about that for a bit.
Randy Orton brutalized Ty Dillinger.
Not the most brutal beatdown we've seen in WWE history. Yes, I like this.
Yeah, I thought it was good.
I like Ty having something to do because
But I think it's over now, isn't it? That's your lot.
he's not over.
No. I mean, I think Orton has ruined him now, and it will go on to somebody else. I still don't know where this is heading with Shinsuke. I don't get what's happening. Like the trio of Shinsuke, Jeff, Orton is a bit confusing. But yeah, I thought it was cool. The finger all the way back, inventive. Haven't seen it before.
I like Randy's new thing of just being a dick.
Yeah, he's horrible.
A torturing dick.
I like the reason why he targeted Ty Dillinger. That he just goes, "That 10 thing was doing me tits in."
That was it.
Yeah.
Why do you like it's Ty? Why not?
That buried Ty though, didn't it?
Because that is him, right?
Not the promo. I mean, with Orton, it was just like, he's rubbish. The 10 thing's crap.
Yeah, that's what I
all
mean,
he's
yeah.
got. That's all that guy's got. Give him a break.
Take
that away.
Rock went, "Hey, Diesel." Ty gimmick of one noise. Yeah, and this worked. And I think like Randy's a guy who's been around for so long. He's so bored. He's now spicing his life up with kinky stuff.
Yeah,
Like, I'm sick of
He's
vanilla.
needed this for a long time, that's for sure. And he's nailing it as well. I think he's doing great in the role.
Next match, he's going to do a shooting star press just because. Whatever. Like, I've been on for donkeys. Aiden English revealed salacious video of him with... you can tell WWE wrote this.
Yep.
A salacious video of him with Lana, calling it best thing since basketball. Yes, man.
Great film.
Yes, pal.
Great film.
And I'm glad that it's... The crowd are digging into it, even though you can kind of see where
I
it's
mean,
going.
it's the only real proper storyline, isn't it? Like with an actual story.
Joe and AJ.
Oh yeah.
But I like it. You know what? I said
yeah.
on Graded, I really like soap opera wrestling. And it's obvious where this is going. Obviously, it was cut off when Lana was going to say, "I want you to." I don't know.
Yeah. But this is it's every week, so like, oh, let's see where it's going to unfold next.
yeah.
It's great. So.
I didn't think it was bad. I just think you've got to give it a bit of time. And that's what people are just crapping all over it already. But yeah, it's all right.
Who are?
A lot of fans,
people.
a lot of comments were just saying this was rubbish. It didn't lead anyway. I think it's just one of those things you've got to give it time.
Did it let next week?
Yeah.
Shame.
Yeah.
Sorry, all the more wrestling for us to enjoy. And I liked how they did this as well, because WWE doesn't always do it this way. Like in the past with was it Enzo and Rusev, they had like, oh no, sneak, and it was like a 3-camera setup. Yeah. This was, I'm just going to record myself practicing.
Yeah.
It's like yay, good. Actually looks like a found footage bit. All right, awesome. I mean, didn't have his Jacobs out to make it realistic, but whatever. Maybe next week. Shelton Benjamin.
It's Jacobs.
Crackers.
It's crackers.
It's crackers.
Knackers, crack. Okay.
There you go.
I've never heard that. It's good.
Shelton Benjamin defeated Daniel Bryan. Yes.
In a match.
It
One
was
of the 3 matches on SmackDown.
God, yeah, quite angly.
Yeah.
Angle
Oh, it was
Phil.
really promo heavy. Really promo heavy.
It
It was a good match. Good to see Shelton back and get the win. A relatively clean win. Just nice to see the pay dirt. Love that move.
And
Pay dirt. That's his finish.
yeah, the
Is that what it's called?
jumping STO, kinda DDT, kinda yeah.
But there was a spot which had me cringing, which was the headbutt where Shelton tried to roll it away, but Brian was like, gravity's here. And he just headbutted Shelton right in the back of the head.
Oh, he's an unsafe worker.
Sean Ross Sapp said Brian should retire now. Yes, I mean I'll put the Twitter thing because obviously Brian went on Twitter and goes, guys, can you please leave my wife alone? It was a botch. Everyone does them. And then like this week, Brian's jumping off the top rope and it's like, look, everyone messes up, guys. And then people have been doing me going, I think you did that deliberately. I'm like, yeah,
He's caught it from Brie.
he's smart, that Brian. I'm gonna headbutt off the top rope. Right, I can't just like, oh no, I fell over.
What's that thing AJ said? You can't sexually transmit talent. Well, you can do it with botches or something. Well, I think I might have quoted that wrong. You know what I mean.
I mean, he's right. And Charlotte Flair ruined Becky
I'm
Lynch.
joking, by the way, before everyone goes wild. For God's sake, read the content on cultaholic.com. Yeah.
Why? What have we said?
No, just covering my arse there in case somebody takes it out of context, which people like to do.
How dare people take stuff out of context? Charlotte Flair ruined Becky Lynch's WWE Super Showdown surprise.
One of the best moments of the year.
It just says Charlotte Flair harms child.
Oh,
Have you seen it? It's fantastic. So she comes out with a broken microphone, says something into it. Nobody hears
is it
what she said.
broken?
And she just goes, "Phoomf, no look," throws it hard as she can to the left, straight to the chest of a young girl.
I thought that she was coming down with a microphone to make it look like she was going to say something, but then I thought, no, I'm
she
too
like,
pissed
wait,
off.
wait.
Oh, I didn't see that. Yeah, she just.
Oh, I didn't even say that either. Well
Yeah,
done.
fantastic.
Good eye, ye.
Oh, it was amazing.
And she threw it like Spider-Man
No
swinging a
look
web.
like that. Off
Whoop.
the guy.
It was just
Straight into a young girl's chest. Fantastic.
It was great, and I think they put it was the most brutal assault by a WWE superstar on a child, and then Meltzer created Daniel Benoit.
Oh no! Come on.
Meltzer's sense of humor is just disgusting.
The
I don't know what to say after that.
Sorry.
Yeah, I think it's good. It was a good end to the show. Charlotte looking strong. She's going to lose on Saturday. I really hope. Imagine if they just take it away from Becky.
I think they might, just to pour a bit more fuel on the fire. Imagine the marks going wild when Becky loses on Saturday.
Yeah, if they're trying to make Becky the bad person, they can't have a lose. The way it works, because they do that, people's going to boo the hell out of Charlotte.
Yeah.
So unless we get a double turn,
Yeah.
which you won't get.
House show. Of course we won't.
Yeah. What's the attendance for Aussie thing?
They were saying over 70 on SmackDown this week. It's still like
70,000.
30,000 empty seats.
So you're saying actually to be fair, Northern still has the record. Yes, it's getting. I was there.
Have you seen how much tickets are?
No.
So expensive. I was looking at somebody tweeted a picture of the merch stand. T-shirts are $55.
What's the exchange
Is the
rate?
Australian dollar not?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's all low.
I don't think it. I think that still works at about £40 or maybe like 45.
But I don't get it, me, how would the
$50.
attendance
I think
so low?
anyway.
Because obviously when Global Warming went there way back in the day, that sold out, didn't it?
What you think?
think so.
70,000 is
But
insane.
when they're hosting it in a stadium that has, when it's a cricket game, 100,000 seats, to have 70 when you've got the pitch access as well for seats, that's a bit low to me. That's going to be
just that number on its own is pretty.
I know
damn
it's still
impressive.
really good, but
WrestleMania.
I mean, it'll be worth it to see Shawn Michaels burn all of his forehead in the Aussie sun at 5 in the morning, whatever time it's taking place. 1.84 Australian dollar gets you £1. So yeah,
so it's over 30 quid. Yeah, it's about 30 quid.
About that.
Oh well,
that's what they are when they go.
No, fair play.
Yeah.
Wow, but people
Still
buy them.
expensive. T-shirts are cheaper on cultaholic.com/shop, for example.
Are they? How much are they?
I think they're £17.99 plus. I can't remember.
They are, I can confirm.
They are.
£17.99. Hoodies, a little bit more.
More polyester. So, let's move
So
on.
that was SmackDown and Raw this week. Anything from NXT? 205 Live?
The internet's just been fixed in my house. I now have Sky Fiber, so it worked for an hour. So I haven't seen NXT or Mixed Box Challenge or et cetera, yet. How was it?
Don't know.
I haven't seen it
banging
yet.
on you seen
Awesome. We assume it was 4 stars there.
Sam told me about the Mixed Match Challenge thing, which I haven't watched either. And is it Jey Uso? Jimmy Uso. It's Jimmy Uso, isn't it? And they did the they did the Too Cool thing with Rusev. Made it look like he was going to do the Too Cool dance, and then he laid him out or something.
Oh, really?
I didn't see it, but go and watch that.
Because we didn't. Go into stuff we've only heard is good.
Let's have a rummage in our mailbags.
Time to rummage round in our mailbag. Thank you very much, Papa Jack. And again, I only get to see these as they're given to me. Christ. So, it's a good week. Question number 1.
Great week.
My son got kicked out for wanking off in his class. It was the 3rd school this year. Maybe teaching isn't fair. Come on, you friggin'. What is your least favourite WrestleMania special entrance sent by Vince McMahon?
Least favourite.
So that question answers the question as to where Shane McMahon has been since leaving SmackDown Live. That's why that one's made the cut.
Okay.
Silence in the room.
didn't get that.
What the hell? Least favourite WrestleMania entrant.
My son got kicked out for wanking off.
Right,
It was his
right.
3rd
I
school
see,
this
yeah.
year, sent in by Vince McMahon.
Oh,
That was
right.
oh, good one.
thanks to whoever sent that one in. Took the time to think of that hilarious joke.
It was Linda.
My least favourite special entrance is probably Cena, with the hundreds of Cena all doing that, because I just didn't understand why. What it was.
Mine's a similar vein. Sting's at WrestleMania 31 with the guys and the drums.
Oh yeah, that made no
Had
sense. I forgot about that.
the Sensei fella. What's that going to do with Sting? He's a crow.
And then Triple H came out as the Terminator.
Yeah.
Oh,
It
no,
was-
I love that.
match.
I will stand by that.
Any Triple H entrance is amazing, just because it's awful.
Oh, the one where he got the white stuff on his face.
Oh, when he
got
came out
burned.
the
Face.
Yeah.
Sorry, yeah. Probably, I'm trying to get any crap. Oh, I know. At least good. Ultimo Dragon at WrestleMania 20.
Can't picture that.
When he fell over his cape to begin with. And then he slipped going on the top rope.
Oh yeah.
His entire life ambition was to wrestle at Madison Square Garden. That's the only time he did it, and that's what happened.
Does that count as a special entrance?
Special for me.
That'll do.
I mean, Ultimo Dragon, WWE was just a weird thing. You go, oh, yeah, that did happen.
Yeah.
He was just knackered, wasn't he?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, and then he retired and then trained so many wrestlers, they formed their own company. So, number 2. Hey, guys. I was listening to the Something to Wrestle With podcast this week, and they were talking about the Breakdown pay-per-view in '98. Conrad points out that there was a sign saying, Jerry Lawler is a diddler. Pretty sure it used that exact phrase as well. My question for you is, what is the best crowd sign you have seen at a WWE show? Thanks, guys, and keep up the good work. Matt from Solihull.
Dean Titty Master Ambrose.
That's a good one.
Didn't you do a video about this?
I did 100 most insane or something. Insanes in capitals. Insane.
Must see.
Must see crowd signs, yeah. Number 1 was the swastika. You ever seen that?
Yes,
During a
'cause-
Raw from like 2002, I
Yeah,
wanna
Shelton
say.
Benjamin, I think Randy Orton on the mic, yeah.
Yeah.
I know because you took all the the pictures from the Body Radio Facebook page. It was great.
Oh, did I?
You're like, have you seen this one, Maffew?
No.
Yes, that's my VLC print screen.
I took a lot of them from WWE fan signs on Twitter or something like that.
Oh,
I
is it?
did thank them in the description. I didn't realise you
I'm
were
joking.
involved.
I'm sorry,
Cheers for doing my job for me, though. No, that's a great... Have you seen the video of the...
I'm taking credit for screenshot. Sorry, being a dick.
Have you seen the... By the way, the reason that we just magically got beers is because Tom Campbell from the Cultaholic Classic Raw Review has just dropped in with beers because he's a lovely man.
And he said, check out the latest edition of the Raw 93 podcast.
It's available now.
Because we are available to be bought. Conrad
We're
Thompson.
not paid for by Bud. Have you seen the video of the fan just going, Titty Master, when the Shield are backstage ready to make their entrance, and Roman's just going, yeah, keep going. It's so good.
See that?
It is really good.
Wow.
They're trying to be all serious. Yeah, that's a good one.
My other favourite, still quote it this day, and I think OSW quote it as well, is the one from, was a UK pay-per-view in 01, Insurrection, I believe.
Or Rebellion, one of the two.
Yeah, I think it's Insurrection, no. I don't know why, but it's right after Austin turned bad, so it's after WrestleMania. Someone holds up a sign that says, Aston Slod out.
Love that.
Don't know why. It was deliberately, like...
It must have been.
But
It must have been.
it still makes me think to this day.
Mine is probably... I like Youth Hustling with Chris Eubank, I think at WrestleMania 22, I want to say. But Roman is a Holocaust denier.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
I love that so much.
Jesus. Oh, he's up there with John Cena watches The Bachelor. People go, again, because I knew it because I took the exact screenshot. That's why I was like, I took that one. It's Bray Wyatt, Chinlock, and Dean Ambrose. And the corner switch says, stop adding fake crowd noise to SmackDown.
Yeah. Another headlock, Randy.
As he's doing a headlock.
Oh,
God.
You used to bring signs to shows, didn't you?
I did once, Adam.
Go on.
When I was a thin man back in the year 2004. Did football and all sorts, me, Maffew. But went to WrestleMania Revenge Tour with a sign that read, Big Show needs Atkins. With a picture of the Atkins diet book thing. And on either side, I've still got it under my bed at home.
Please bring that in.
It's a nice big sign. And the other side had, he's back on with The Undertaker's glove with one of the single worst drawings of a glove in the history of the world. But my mate at the time we went there, I don't see him so much these days. He's called, he's a wrestler now. Jonah Phoenix, his name is. Adam Gosling is his shooting name. I don't know if he wants me to say that. I've just done it now, so there you go. He took one to, I think it was Insurrection 2003 at the Telly West Arena.
Oh, yeah.
Triple H beat my sign, and he was about, 13 at the time, and I thought it was a clever sign there for a 13-year-old to do.
Yeah,
Triple H beat my sign.
I took two along to a WCW house show in I think the year 2000.
Oh, wait. Was it the first tour or the second?
Earl's Court. I think it was the second.
Right, because the first one was when they drew the biggest numbers they'd had in years and had main events like the Harris Brothers versus the Mamalukes, so people were
That
furious.
wasn't the one I went to. The one I went to was stacked.
Yeah, because then they were like, oh, wait, we made a mess of that and then did the second tour later on, so you wanted a
looked
good
this
one.
up, didn't we, a
Yeah.
while ago, what the cards were.
Yeah.
I think
It was like a
Jarrett
six-man
was in
tag.
them. Yeah, and
Nash and Sting and
Oh, right, yeah, definitely the
Goldberg
second
and
one
this.
then,
Brett
yeah.
came out and did a promo.
Yeah.
I remember that. But the signs that I brought along, one was, it said, who's next? But it was a sign for the wall. And it had a brick wall in the background. But he'd only been on TV, I think, for like 3 weeks. So each brick was meant to be an opponent which he had decimated. But there was only 3 bricks with names in. And the other one said, Jeff Jarrett is a divvy.
So if you're young and weren't watching WWE at the time, the wall was basically what Connor is today on Raw.
Yeah, he is. They might be the same person,
Also, like the great typos you get. The one of Undertaker at Survivor Series 2003. I love how I know this exact pay-per-view where it's Undertaker buried alive.
I've not seen that.
And I don't know if it was a typo. He thought the guy's name was actually Barry. I thought, that's a good pun, that. Why has no one else thought about saying buried alive? Because his real name's Barry. He went, you're a Mark. He goes, oh, is that his name?
Did you ever bring signs to shows? Because you're very vocal at
Yeah,
wrestling shows, aren't you?
I'm loud
You're
as
a
out.
big part of the crowd.
I got annoyed when people are like, oh, it's a good match. Both wrestlers wrestled well. I'm like, no, kill the other guy. I did try to bring one to 5-star.
No, you did.
No, I legit did, because it was televised. But apparently it's actually size restrictions. So I don't try to start and make up stuff like the refused entry, even though it's way more exciting. That was the
Size
Super Nintendo-
restrictions. As in it
It
will
was big.
obscure the view of the person behind you.
Right.
Okay.
the millions of people that were behind us at 5-star.
No one could see.
We waltzed into that show with comp tickets and found we were on the front row, which tells you everything you need to know.
The main event, Morrison versus and the crowd people at the back drunk us out on the £20 drinks, going USA. So people behind us start going, shut up, cheap seats, and they go, we got comped. And then they spotted me and start shouting Botchamania. Morrison's like, I'm not messing it. Cheeky get.
And I'm trying to get on camera with Bram.
Yeah, Bram was doing his thing where he was all spooky.
Yeah.
He never wrestled a match there, did he? He got paid a fortune, well, if he did get paid, just for standing in the background drinking beers in various shots. And I was dressed up like Rey Mysterio because I was doing the gold dust thing at the time.
Yeah.
And Ross said, you don't have to do gold dust because it is obscene and you can see a knob very clearly.
Yeah.
So be Rey Mysterio for a night.
Knob
Yeah,
out.
I remember being quite like 6 or 7 nights. Right! I was trying to get him to do the thing where he does that, but he wouldn't let me.
And you're looking
He
at the camera out
ignored me.
and
He
like,
ignored me. That was a good night out,
I was
that.
about to say hello and
I
then
was
saw you was
wanking.
7 foot and went, nah, you're all right. I'm owed 60 grand here. I'm not going to shake
See
hands with
this,
you.
we've just started talking about the magic that was 5-star wrestling again.
You know what? I'm going to sign up to Patreon. Just going to vote for 5 stars.
Get Dan Hendricks in the Hall of Fame.
Get him on this show. Get him straight to hell. Allegedly number 3, Dorohan from Romania. Oh, hello, Romania. Hi, guys. Jack being creeped out by Pubba Jack. No, he's not creeped out. He hates it. Reminded me of when I was 10 and saw Child's Play on TV. Jesus. And suffice to say, I was emotionally scarred for a while. But even now at 24, whenever I see a creepy doll in movies/TV, I twitch and look away. My question is, do you have something that you saw or did in your childhood that still makes you eerie? Ooh, that's a good question, actually. I've got a few.
Go on, you go ahead. I can't think of anything.
I saw, like a lot of kids my age, for whatever reason, saw RoboCop a year that I was not supposed to be watching it at because it looks like a kid's cartoon, even the huge 18-rated sticker on it. So I saw it, and the violence didn't freak me out. The guy ramming his van into the sewage, toxic waste thing, and just comes out and he's all deformed. It gave me nightmares for friggin' ages. And I was just trying not to think about it. Like, I'm eating, like, food and be like, it looks like his leg. You know, so that's
Just
me.
RoboCop
And
in
even
general
now,
is scary.
Oh, no, RoboCop's amazing film, amazing satire, amazing action film, whatever. Even now, if I watch that, I'm like, oh. Because those memories of watching it as a kid going, oh, my God, that's the most horrible thing I've ever seen in my life.
Right. I was a weird kid.
Yeah, you were.
I used to come home with spiders in my hair. Because I really liked spiders growing up, and I felt sorry that they didn't have permanent homes. So my mum, when I used to come home, she used to have to check my hair to make sure that I didn't have spiders in there. Because, I just felt sorry for it. Because they're animals too. They're don't look at me like that, Puppet Jack. I know it's creepy. I'm just trying to think of things that... Have you got one, Ross?
Well, I was really scared of Kane. So Kane was a recurring nightmare for me.
Really?
But the other one for me, which I grew out of maybe at about the age of 11, 10, I was absolutely petrified of Charlie Chalk.
Who's Charlie?
Charlie Chalk.
Charlie Chalk. He's a funny way of looking and a funny way of talking. He's Charlie Chalk. He's a clown.
It's a
animal.
northern thing.
No. It was a children's cartoon.
All right.
But he had a restaurant. Maybe the Brewers Fair? Near Ashington?
Yeah, God.
I went there.
Wow.
I had like 3 birthday parties in a row there with Charlie Chalk in attendance. And like you have your meal. I was still young. And he would come in at the end and say, hello, everybody. Just a bloke dressed up as Charlie Chalk. I would dive under the table and I wouldn't be brought out. Even though it was my birthday party, I was terrified of the massive Charlie Chalk. He was about 7 foot when he had the thing on, though. Or I felt like he was probably about 5'2" in reality. But big old Charlie Chalk was petrified of him.
That is mint.
Would hide.
Those were 2 really amazing things. Mine look crap.
In the time you were speaking, I've actually thought of 3 that I've been scared of.
well,
One is
go
the
ahead.
Witch from Button Moon, which was terrifying, and then I looked it on YouTube the other day, and it's not that scary. The second is The Woods in general, because I watched Blair Witch, which I still to this day think is one of the best horror films and scariest horror films ever. And the third, which I've just forgotten, Mr. Blobby. So if you're unfamiliar with Mr. Blobby was an alien, I believe he was meant to be, that was on Noel's house party. And he was an inflatable pink man.
Like the Michelin Man, but without the lumps. Just a big
and he
blob.
had yellow spots on him. And my parents took me to see Mr. Blobby at Sandown Pier when I was maybe 4 or 5. And then they did like a double bluff thing at the beginning, and a furry Mr. Blobby came out, and everyone was like, oh, God, we've paid for this. It's not even the real Mr. Blobby. And I was like, oh, that's not that bad. I don't mind him. And then the real Mr. Blobby came out. And I cried my eyes out until security had to ask my mum and dad to take me out because I was ruining the show. Spiders in my hair, dripping everywhere.
This is the best podcast we've ever done so
I tell you
far.
what, when Charlie Chalk was gone and they brought in Brewster Bear, that was the best time of my life.
Right, like...
Because then I could go and say hello to the big man dressed up in a costume. I wouldn't hide under the table like a coward.
And that would scare me because my mate at school was one of the Brewster Bears.
Was he?
He was one of those lads, everyone's got one, that guy at school who was like 6'11" when he was like 14. So it was like,
me.
what can you do? Can't serve. You could be Brewster Bear. Like,
I was watching an interview with Kevin Nash on Conan. He said he was the height he is now, or as a man, when he was 13. 6'11" or whatever when he was 13. Imagine that.
I literally cannot get. Things that scared us. I can't think of any traumatic experiences like that are funny to talk about on a podcast.
Just legitimately
and
horrible
good for you for
things.
having them right ready to there to throw it. So you
I've
had,
thought
you
of
had
another one.
one.
There was a pirate
ahead.
on Skull and Crossbones, the board game. He was really scary as well. I used to run out, and then my mum showed me the video like 4 years ago. And I was like, oh, it wasn't that bad. Still quite bad.
It is weird when you go, oh, this used to scare me, and you look at it and go, oh.
Yeah, how? You got one?
Yeah, but it's not really that funny. It's, do you ever see, oh Christ, what's the name? Basil the Great Mouse Detective.
My favourite Disney film.
Yeah, amazing film, love it.
The bat, you're going to say, or Rattigan.
As exactly what I was about to say. The bat near the very beginning.
His name's Fidget.
Fidget, yes. Fidget. At the very beginning, maybe 2 minutes into it, maybe the title Basil hasn't even come up yet. But he's basically just comes to this person's house, but he comes in through the window like that, and that absolutely wrecked me.
Steals Olivia, the little mouse. I can't remember her dad's name, but he's a creepy little urchin of a bat.
It's Scrooge McDuck.
He's like that. He really.
It's like,
I'm going to watch that
use
tonight.
your wings to fight. Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
But just the bit where it goes like that.
Yeah.
And he's supposed to be like the comic relief almost.
It's a terrifying film, that. The whole thing, when Basil almost dies with... his name's just Watson, isn't it? At the end, when it looks like the axe is going to chop him.
When Rattigan... And when they're in the clock tower, which is amazing, it's very well put together, but it's... Rattigan gets caught in his coat, and he's like, bye. And then he's just like, right, I'm going to... Because he's been a rat pretending to be a human, basically, and then he's just like, I'm just going to turn into a rat, and he basically freaks out and tries to kill...
Brilliant film. Go and watch that.
Oh,
It's called
Brave
The Mouse
Little
Detective,
Toaster. Near the very beginning, and he used to weird me out as a kid. It still does this day. Brave Little Toaster is an absurd, weird, creepy,
It's a good
depressing
film. I haven't seen that in a long time.
I mean, there's bits where it is like, wow, this.
Yeah, I
If you watch
remember
it as an
being heavy.
adult, you're like, what the hell is this? It's like Evangelion for kids who don't like anime. They're talking to an air conditioning unit, and the owner's left. He's abandoned the house. So he's like, they've left, ha ha ha, and his guy's talking like Jack Nicholson for some reason, and all the appliances start laughing at the air because it goes, why are you so happy about? You're just annoyed that the kid couldn't play with you, play with us, because you're stuck in the wall. And he goes, not my fault, and he ends up basically killing himself.
Oh, what? I don't remember that.
Yeah, he goes, it's not my fault the kid couldn't reach up and play with me, and like, whoa, all right, calm down. He just blows a gasket and dies.
So 3 traumatic childhoods there. All
What were
laid
your
out on the
favourite?
It's a good thing we turned out so normal, isn't it?
I'm going to be thinking about traumatic stuff I can bring up next time. Please ask that question again.
Mailbag at cultaholic.com.
And the big question is, what is your traumatic experience? No, it's better than that. It's going to be about Neville. We're going to end as we started because...
We couldn't think of one to do about Super Showdown.
Damn it, that guy in the comments could talk about how unprofessional we are.
Yeah. Oh, he might be right, you know.
Drinking a bud going, I can't think about me.
So what's the question? What
Neville, what's next?
should Neville do next?
Yeah. No, probably not like that. It's weird when we have to put it like, we know what's best for Neville.
We have exclusives here at Cultaholic.com.
We did.
I can
like
tell you
what?
that Neville will be the new member of Los Angeles.
Do you think he should join the Bullet Club? I know it's
All
not
pointers
the
seem to
question.
be going towards him joining Naito, though.
Wasn't he listed as X and then he came out as X? I can't remember the specifics.
No, in the little video Naito did, it's listed as X on the thing, and he was revealed to be the man known as X in
Gotcha.
Dragon Gate. So they're putting X and X together and coming out with Neville.
So I'll say what I think he should do next, which is be Cody Rhodes. Prove the WWE wrong. Go and shine on the indie scene, which he's going to do. Go and have dream match after dream match. I really want to see Neville versus Ospreay desperately. And just make his own personal brand. Because I honestly think Neville had the potential to carry a brand. I think he's so good.
He
He's
should
so
have been a
unique.
heel on SmackDown Live.
Yeah.
That's what I would have done with him. It was ready made for him.
Yeah, 205 Live and the entire Gallagher feud. Sorry, Gallagher, beg pardon. Feud was just
Gallagher.
amazing. Gallagher. I could say Los Organables, but I can't say Gallagher. Yeah, it was amazing. And yeah, he was a big fish on 205 Live. It's a shame he didn't get to do any of that on the bigger scale or whatever. But I mean, I admire the fact that he did. Well, actually, he hasn't said why. I mean, it would be nice to get some answers out of him, but I appreciate him not wanting to gab out everywhere.
We're going to get him on Straight to Hell, I believe.
Good. You heard it here first and also last.
I think he'll pop up in Newcastle. I wouldn't be surprised if Defiant got him. Like you can't think of it for a Newcastle-based promotion who have, without being unfair, I'm not slagging them off or anything. They've declined in popularity. Defiant, not as many people are talking about it anymore, and understandably, they're
because you left.
It's because I'm not booking it anymore and organising everything as I did. I can't think of a bigger talking point than getting Neville.
Yeah, because Defiant made their name with the XW guys to begin with, and has been a XW guy in a while. Everyone else is, Sando retired, Barrett retired.
Yeah,
Cole's just like, I'm bigger than everything.
but if they could sign him and get
Nice
him
way.
doing,
I love you.
it wouldn't surprise me if Defiant is the company that puts on Neville versus Ospreay, and I hope they do, because I could go to it.
I'm really surprised because I'm not a huge Puro fan. Puro so. Can you say Puro? It's spelled Puro in line, but
Puro.
It's
Is it
Puro,
Puro?
but it's Puro, but then it's Puro so, isn't it?
Baressa, whatever.
Anyway,
Fighting.
yeah, the Graps. Yeah, it's like, which company, which faction of New Japan? Oh, Dragon Gate. Oh, okay. I guess that makes sense because he went with them all those years ago. And
I think that's cool because he
Yeah.
could have probably made, he's still going to make great money, obviously, when he does pop up in New Japan, which I think is inevitable. But I think it's cool that he's shown loyalty to a company that made him, for want of a better.
I mean, his entire history I'm not entirely sure of, but he did have a few stints in Ring of Honor, I believe, and it wasn't great.
Right.
But then he went to PWG and was a lot better. I think he was a bit more relaxed. I think it is
I think
where
I saw
Dragon
him as
Gate is
Jungle
where...
Pack in PW. I think that was PWG. You've ever seen that? He did a Tarzan gimmick. I think was it called Jungle Pack?
Jungle Pack, yeah. He's had a match in New Japan before.
Right, okay.
Little known fact.
I did not know that.
It's on,
Who with?
it's on Wikipedia. I don't know. I just remember reading that little bit.
Do you know who he wrestled?
Nah, damn it. Can't remember.
What do you think he should do next?
Very much the same as you. Do the Cody Rhodes thing. Just spread his wings as far as he can. More importantly, stay an arsehole.
Yes.
Because, we don't want him going, I'm so good to be here. This is wrestling, not that WWE stuff. Be an arsehole all the time. Because that's how he's best at being, isn't he?
100%. Which isn't to say he wasn't
What are
a
you
good
looking
face,
at me
because
like
he was a very good, he was a very good marketable face, but he just really shines as a heel. He's so good.
He needs to stay an arsehole.
Yeah.
Constant. Yeah.
Matthew, thoughts?
Yes. I hope he does whatever the hell he wants to. Good for him for leaving over many reasons. One of them seems to be the DVD non-inclusion.
On WrestleMania?
Yeah.
Him and Aries, right?
Yeah, because... Well, they're not getting network residuals, so that's something that they would actually get money from. So,
Right. Fair play to him. Yeah.
because I think it was it Del Rio or somebody did an interview and says there were times when he wasn't given the amount of money he was promised. So he said, right, well, give me it or I'm leaving. And they gave him it. So I'm glad that he went and did something about it.
It's very brave. But I'm glad that he recognises that he is as talented as people say he is, because he is.
Yeah, I mean, I think obviously you approve of people leaving one company to form a brand elsewhere, but yeah, they are.
I left Woolworths to form the arcade brand.
Oh yeah, the 10th anniversary. I saw you on your fucking social media. Yeah, that's it. Next step for Neville, Woolworths. Bring them back.
If
up.
he could bring back Woolworths.
Coming back, innit? Woolworths. I'm sure I saw that a few months
Really?
ago, yeah.
They tried to start it online, and they sold Pick and Mix online. It was bought by, I can't remember what retail group.
Pick and mix online.
Yeah,
How
they
does
had
that
like
work?
a little thing, you'd press the button, and it made it look like Pick and Mix was dropping into a bag 100 grams at a time.
Good idea.
How are we getting here?
But I don't know.
10 years, can you believe it?
Yeah, we're
Neville
getting an email.
remembers Pick and Mix trying to bring it back on subject.
Woolworths closes, then a month later, Woolworths now having a sale. Like, I bet they are.
I bet he
Pick
nicked
and mix.
tons of it.
Me?
Neville.
What, from Woolworths?
Yeah.
Do you know what I did when I was leaving Woolworths? I was working at Woolworths when it shut. I was made redundant from Woolworths. Should I admit to this? Yes, screw it. So we knew that everything was going to be 90% off on the final day. So knowing that this was happening, I went and hid a load of, I think they were Nintendo Wiis in the stock room, so nobody could find them, and then bought them on the final day for 90% off. They were like 20 quid each. Sold them. Stick a pony in me pocket.
Well done.
God bless Neville.
Yes, Neville should do whatever he wants. He doesn't seem to be the most social media person, based on the last 12 months. But again, don't know
Not
why.
at all.
That's a fair point. I think he'll have to do that.
But at the same time, could you make the argument the fact that he's not doing what everyone's doing is actually working for him? It's like the Cartman Land episode. By not tweeting stuff, I just want to hear more from him.
I don't know
Because I'm
how
not getting
sustainable that is, but I agree at this point. I think he'll have to start using social media properly.
I mean, to know what he's going to be, obviously. I mean, if he just shows up at an event unannounced, it's going to suck. But, but like he's not like, I'm Neville and today I had a bagel. It's like, all right. He's not doing that. And it's great. It's refreshing.
Yeah, no, it's
Even
builds
Volta
intrigue.
tweets on a regular basis now.
He
Which is weird.
tweets out, just had a great time at the Cultaholic offices on Straight Out.
Tweet him, ask him. It's been fun this episode.
You should do it more often.
No, I'm
Let's replace Jack. Go on.
I think I'm gonna have 2 weeks off for my birthday. Oh, yeah, it's been announced then.
I've got spiders to put in my hair and Basil the Great Mouse Detective to watch. At Adam
I
Pacitti
want to
on
watch
Twitter.
that when I get home, I think.
Have you not seen it before?
No, I've not seen it.
Oh,